It's Derek with Excuse Proof Fitness here with Shane.
Hi guys!
And this is another episode of Excuse Proof Fitness in the kitchen. And today we're going to be making crazy quick crock-pot chili. The first ingredient in the chili is going to be some sort of ground meat. So I have here some ground turkey. I actually got it on sale. It's organic, which is normally pretty expensive, but quick money saving tip: if you get meat right before the sell by date, that's usually on sale. So you can use turkey, ground chicken, ground beef is of course very common, ground bison is great, whatever sort of ground meat you want. And if you don't want to use beef or a sort of meat, then you can use extra beans for a vegetarian. Next ingredient we have are the canned beans. I have some canned black beans and kidney beans. You can also use dried beans, but since we're going to make this extra quick, I use canned beans for convenience. So the next ingredient we're going to use is some organic brown rice. And this is just going to add a little bit of extra substance to the chili. I like to use some bagged vegetables. So you can use any variety of bagged vegetables, but I like to use mushrooms. They're extremely healthy for you. So I just have some pre-sliced mushrooms already washed and ready to go. So now we need the spices and the different things for the chili. And one of the things that you can use is of course garlic, but I don't like to take the time to peel the garlic and do all that. So you can either use pre-peeled garlic and chop it up with a hand chopper, or I just have some pre-minced garlic right here ready to go. And then finally I like to use the dried spices to flavor the chili. So of course you have some chili powder, and then you can add in whatever sort of spices you like. I have some Italian seasoning. This has some oregano, rosemary, sage. And then I also have some taco seasoning. This is just something that I enjoy. You can really add whatever sort of spices that you like. And most chili recipes call for using canned diced tomatoes, tomato paste, and that's definitely an option, and that's good. But just to save a little bit of extra time to make this, once again, crazy quick, I'm going to use some vegetable juice here. You can use V8 or any sort of vegetable juice blend. And this is already going to have the tomatoes, it's going to have some celery and some other vegetables in it. Let's make the crazy quick crock-pot chili. And the reason I love this recipe is I made pretty much a recipe very similar to this and all sorts of variations of it all through college when I was busy. I'd be gone all day, I'd come back home, and literally about 10 minutes before going to sleep, I'd be able to just throw these ingredients in the crock pot and have probably about 2 days worth of food whenever I woke up the next morning. So we're going to start out here with the turkey, and most chili recipes call for browning it on the stove ahead of time. And what I'm going to do is, just by using a lean meat, I'm not even going to bother with that. That can be done just to improve the appearance and trim off some of the fat, but it's not necessary. So this is going to save us quite a bit of time just by taking it straight into the crock pot here. And then you can sort of just chop it up here, and also after it's done cooking, you can chop it up. I'm going to add a little bit of my seasoning to it right now. I just sort of eyeball it, but that's about a tablespoon. And then I'm going to chop it up here just like that. Get that seasoning mixed in there into little chunks. So I don't take too much time to do this. Once again, after it's done cooking, it kind of falls apart pretty easily, and I can mix it up a bit more here. And then I'm going to take the rice and add that in. I'm going to do, I guess, about half a cup of dry rice. Not that much, it's just going to add a little bit extra. So half a cup is 4 ounces. So there we go. Put that all through there. And then I add in water, 2-to-1 ratio of water to rice. So if I do half a cup of rice, I'm going to do a cup or so of water. It's really up to you. You can't really mess this up too much as long as you get the right amount. And I'm going to add in actually just a little bit of extra water. I don't mind a chili that's a little bit more like a stew. This is up to you. Adding in about 1 more cup. Next thing is you want to drain the beans. We've already done that just to save a little bit of time. But once again, this only takes, since you're using canned beans, a few extra seconds to do this. Of course, you can use dry beans, and then you'll just want to make sure to add the additional water. I would not recommend using dry beans with kidney beans because you want to pre-soak them first. But with other beans like black beans, it doesn't hurt to just put the dry beans right in the crock pot and soak them and let them cook. So we do that. Get this out of here. Get all those beans in there. Okay, so I get the beans added in. I'm gonna start stirring it around here just a little bit. Okay, and at this point I'm gonna add in some more of my spices. I'm gonna take a tablespoon of the chili powder here. So, it doesn't hurt to just go easy on the spices. I already know that I like it pretty spicy, but you can always add more spices after the fact. But you can't really take out the spices if you've added in too many. So we got that. Stir it around. I'm gonna wait until I'm almost done for the next bit. I'm gonna add in some garlic here. I like things really garlicky. I'm gonna take about a tablespoon of that and mix that in. Just like that. So I'll add in my mushrooms. You can see this recipe is really just a matter of dumping ingredients in, mixing it, and it really couldn't get much simpler. So I've done that. Now I'm going to add in the vegetable juice. It's up to you how much you want to use. I'm going to use, anywhere between about 2 to 4 cups. So right now that's about 2 cups. We'll see where that puts us at. Give us our tomato. Got that. I'm going to add in another tablespoon of chili powder. And a tip is you can sometimes get vegetable juices that have spices already added to them, spicy vegetable juices. You can do that if you want the additional kick of flavor. So I've done that. Now I'm going to add in some Italian seasoning. We go with about a tablespoon here. That in, and that looks pretty good. I like it once again a little bit like a chili, so I'll go ahead and add in about another 2 cups, about 1.5 cups of some of this right here. That's all I do, and then we're gonna let this cook. You can either cook it on high for about 3 to 4 hours. You can cook it on low for about 6 to 8 hours. So we're done with the chili here. We let this cook. I let it cook about 6 hours. I set my crock pot to shut off automatically, and the convenient thing about that is I can make this recipe right before I go to bed or right before I go out for the day, and just let it cook, and then I have it the next morning. You can see quite a bit of food here. Food for probably at least a couple days, and it only took about 5 minutes to make. If you think this is great, we're gonna add one more special ingredient, and that's some pineapple.
That's delicious.